Hello, welcome to Somfy Know-How. Let's take a look at how to use the Tahoma Pro app to set up a Zigbee motor. Open your Tahoma Pro app, select Setup Equipment and Zigbee, and this screen is just telling us just to check it is a Zigbee motor and we're not trying to set up an RTS motor with this app because that will not work. Press start and we're asked if we're going to be adding it into a Tahoma. If we say yes, we won't be able to add a handset. This is done later when we're commissioning the Tahoma. If we say no, we'll have the chance to add a handset later in this app. Our camera opens to scan our QR code and prompts us to wake up the motor by pressing the program button on the head of the motor. We can use the end of the aerial to do this and the motor will jog. The app will connect to the blind, check for any updates, and then you can choose the icon you want to represent your blind. Now we're ready to start commissioning our blind. Step one is to check the direction of the blind, that up is up and down is down. Use the up or down arrows to check that the blind is going in the right direction. If not, use reverse direction to change this. When things are correct, press the validate button to move on to the next step. We can now set our top position. So using the buttons on the left hand side, move the blind up or down to its correct position. We can fine tune using the buttons on the right hand side. When the blind is in the correct position, we can press validate to move on to the next step, which is to set the lower end limit. Here we can use the continuous mode button by sliding across until they turn blue. Then with a single touch, the blind will move continuously until we stop it at the bottom limit. Again, it can be fine-tuned with the buttons on the right hand side. Validate again, and we've got the opportunity to test the blind, run it through a cycle to make sure that we're happy with the end limits that we've set. Then we see this screen. If our blind has already been set prior to coming to site and we're simply doing an install, after scanning the QR code, we'll come straight to this screen, which shows us the name of the motor, which we can change to its own unique name. We'll give it a location description. We can see the battery level. We can test the equipment. We can add a remote control, or we can set equipment, which is a number of different parameters we can check or adjust. These would be things like changing the rotation if that would be required. We can adjust the end limits if we need to, change the speed, adjust the soft start, soft stop, or set a my position. To change the rotation direction, simply select reverse direction and validate. To adjust one of our end limits, select the end limit that you wish to adjust, then move the blind with the buttons, or fine tune with the buttons on the right so the blind is in the correct position, and validate as save. We can adjust the speed of our blind. Simply move the slider up or down to increase or decrease the speed of our blind. We can adjust or deactivate the soft start, soft stop feature, and to set a intermediate or my position, position the blind where you want your my position to be and simply select validate at the bottom of the screen. So returning to our previous screen, we've got the option to add a remote control if we wish to. I'll show you how to do that on a separate video, but we can finish now and either do the next motor or return to our home screen. And that's it for this tutorial, but join me again soon for some more Somfy Know-How.